balance. If you were prepared to disclose the details to me in
Anything you chose not
From
to
further
disclose.
disseminating or disclosing...
I may not at this time disclose to you the nature of the offense being tried.
In a tip. Okay, you will.
David, can you dispose of this legally, please?
Perfectly clear. You have a moral obligation to disclose it to the
Delegation
court.
have disclosed that Dr.
I promise not to disclose anything.
The speech was announced after the Gallup poll disclosed.
You feel impelled to disclose it and violate your agreement in doing
predicament. But Alfred Borden's life hangs in the balance. If you were prepared to disclose the details to me in private, I might be able to judge their relevance to the case.
the area. His personal life. Anything you chose not to disclose?
Nothing that warranted inclusion.
Has been commenced to enjoin the New York Times and their agents from further disseminating or disclosing certain alleged top-secret documents.
Are you trying to piss me off?
I am senior member. I may not at this time disclose to you the nature of the offense being tried. However, the offender is William Budd, Fort Topman.
You talk about getting a tip. Okay, you won't disclose your source, but what you have done is let your imagination...
Undisclosed sum, huh? What's that sum, Mario?
David, can you dispose of this legally, please? I don't like bachelor parties. See you back in Jersey.
You don't need me to tell you. It's perfectly clear. You have a moral obligation to disclose it to the court.
It happens this information is favorable to the defendant.
Officials had no comment, but sources within the American delegation have disclosed that Dr. Arroway appears to now be the front runner for the
DA. I promise not to disclose anything.
This is where Bailey and Stanton make all of their plans.
And the special Watergate prosecutor. The speech was announced after the Gallup poll disclosed that Mr. Nixon's popularity had fallen to the lowest.
The American people, for their welfare, really do need to know, and you feel impelled to disclose it and violate your agreement in doing so. That's one thing. On the other hand,
Saigon Command disclosed that 5,000 more U.S. troops were committed to the war last week.
It's been happening once a week for about 6 months at a location you won't disclose right now. There's a pretty long waiting list for a chair, but...
Look at where I am here. Look at where I am here.
I can't.
I
can't disclose that information.
I'm just trying to understand.
Sorry. I know.
Not only in the United States, but all around the world. And he felt it was his duty as a human being to disclose it.
I don't want you to feel you're in a position where you have to disclose names. You know, I can just ask you initials.
Came back with me. He disclosed to me the child's true name. Would you like to know it?
Interpreted in secret. You're not permitted to disclose that difference publicly.
That's correct.
Friend runs a saloon, and I know he's got an undisclosed interest, and he knows I know.
it means deceit, disclosed, or unmasked, if you prefer a more florid reading.
History discloses that woman has always been dependent upon man, like children.
Of communication, including, but not limited to that which is disclosed orally, or in written or electronic form.
Agatha and the twins were transferred to an undisclosed location. A place where they could find relief.
Okay, anybody on our side hiding any shocking and fantastic abilities they'd like to disclose? I'm open to suggestions.
Our investigation so far has disclosed that the men in the second...
a fool, but I'll not go back on my word. You can go your way. I'll not disclose what I've seen or heard. Something is hidden behind your meek words, philosopher.
Fortunately, that is what is known as a conflict of interest.
Undisclosed conflict of interest.
An offense.
An indictable offense.
An election.
I mean, it's the law, and it's called full disclosure.
Anything else you want to disclose before we go on?
Okay. Now that you mention it,
Are you suggesting I disclosed his whereabouts?
Now, somebody did. And it didn't come from...
So far?
Well, I got a little surprise for you tomorrow.
Well, what's that? You know you have to disclose all your evidence to me.
Well, I just got it myself tonight. I'll disclose.
Have been given the works. 2 in the Pentagon.
16. KGB is depleted. I'm not at liberty to disclose the exact figures. The enemy has penetrated our most secret...
Camrose, how did you know this was going to happen before the fact?
Sorry, he's not at liberty to disclose that. That's part of our investigation.
Did you see the child with your own eyes?
Those are details that I wouldn't care to disclose with a refined group of women such as yourselves.
The 3 missing civil rights workers were discovered this afternoon at an undisclosed grave. Neither the
Is it you? We're not allowed to disclose any specifics regarding execution procedure.
Come on, sister, let me get you.
Run by high-frequency trading pioneer Walt Canby disclosed that an algorithm managing its portfolio suddenly went haywire.
The trading algorithm seems to have experienced an unexplained anomaly.
Our expectations are you should accept them. On the one hand, you could disclose the events of the last 12 hours or so. And on
Flight crew being investigated for possible pilot error, transshipped to undisclosed location, blah, 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 blah.
This deserted runway should be...
The monthly mortgage payment jumped up. And we are required to disclose that possibility at the time of the refi.
You did?
I did what?
Sir, on the dreadful day of judgment, when the secrets of all hearts are disclosed, that if you know any...
Around the race courses, this is the usual practice, isn't it? I'm afraid professional ethics prevents me from disclosing that information. Here, let me...
With all the radiance that a sudden sun discloses, for the people hear us singing.
Not again.
Where are you?
No, I'm not disclosing that. And don't you dare trace this fucking call. I don't want any of you within a mile of this place.
To stay in their missions. They will each be relocated to undisclosed locations to finish their volunteer 2 years of service.
Delay the press conference for half an hour. You are never to disclose or even hint at the existence of this paper, Mr. Whitney. I am carried out so as not to alarm the civil population or disclose intent. By order of General George C. Marshall.
Not to alarm the civil population.
Oh, which his melancholy sits on brood. And I do doubt the hatch and the disclose will be some danger. Which for to prevent, I have with quick determination the...
Narcotics. I'm not at liberty to discuss or disclose. All I can tell you is this stuff is so powerful.